Hey guys, how's it going? So I just did a live with Summer a ways bit ago, and I wanted to jump on here and just talk to you guys. Just talk. I feel like this is needed. This is much needed. It's just a chat. Um, I'm currently not in my usual space. I'm actually in my living room space. And reason being is just because I'm feeling, hey, Sappy, I'm feeling super drained and exhausted. And I just want to be real with you guys and chat and give some positivity and also lessons that just like downloads that came in. So I'd love to hear like, how are you guys feeling? Like, how are you feeling today? Where are you at mentally? Just share with me whatever. If this is our first time meeting, I'm Shika. I talk about spirituality, wellness, entrepreneurism here on this channel. And it's really just to help people be more conscious in this world because there's just so much, right? And so many of us living in such a masculine society, it's really hard for us to just dive into our true self sometimes. And we need that external force to remind us. So I hope that through this channel that you guys get that. But I thought we would just try to get to know each other a bit. I know a lot. My subscribers are increasing every day, and I thought I would jump on here. I had a very releasing morning. I cried a lot all this morning. It was a lot. And if you guys didn't know, if you didn't see my last video, I was away in the cottage for the weekend, and it was just a lot of nature and grounding. So if you're feeling off, let me tell you, nature is where you're going to get your answers. And that's exactly where I got mine. So I just was able to kind of connect, look inwards and see what I needed to do to focus on myself. And when I got back in the city, just everything came down for me. It was a very emotional last night, and I think I was just off. So today on our cacao chit chat, we talked about how to stay positive in hard times and still manifest. Because sometimes when we most want everything to work the best of our capacity, things are still so exhausting, right? So I had a lot of downloads that came through for me, and I was like, I want to share it with you guys. So I tried recording it with Summer and it didn't come through, but I still want to share this information. So I'd love, love, love to. Okay, so in the morning, I was really confused and conflicted. Hey, Sappy, thanks for responding. I informed my parents yesterday that I'm an intuitive reader, and not to my surprise, they said I was somatic. I left and went into a rabbit hole and warrior fear and anxiety and grounded. Yeah, so I guess like your question is like, how do you talk about intuitivity? And I talked about this on my, if you guys don't know, I now have TikTok. I do 5 minutes of my commitment of TikTok a day for you guys. And one of the things that came up was soul tribe. That came through my meditation today. And how important it is, because when I look back and see what is going right in my life, everything is going right because I have a soul tribe. What a soul tribe is a group of people or a few people in your life that you can go to and tell them that, hey, I'm having intuitive readings. Hey, I'm going through a lot. Hey, this is what's happening in my life. And they can understand you and not think you're going crazy, right? So if you can have people and have those deep conversations, that's what's going to help you get through this, right? And sometimes your family's not your soul tribe. You know, they'll be your tribe and support in some places, but not everything. So I really would suggest you guys, even if you can have one, two, three people. I have a few people, three people that we intuitively always align ourselves. And ironically, I just manifested them. I was like, hey, like universe, like give me people that are actually going to build, help me out, grow, evolve in ways that I can't even fathom, right? In ways that I can't even think of right now. And I think that's super, super important. Um, one second. Safi, I hope that answers your question. Let me know if you have any other questions. Do you guys have any other things that are coming up for you recently that has been really triggering you? I'd love to hear. Um, but yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts on it. And another thing too is just understanding that how not to go back in the hole. So going back into the rabbit hole is kind of a way of suppressing what you truly want to be, right? And that's not fair to you, Safi, I don't think, or to any of you guys. I don't think that's fair to anyone to have that experience and to force themselves outside of their own existence. So, yeah, it's just food for thought. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on that, Safi, or anyone else. I'm also loving this lemon sherbet. It does. Thank you. I've been manifesting divine partnerships, but also I'm feeling I need to find contentment. Yeah. Contentment comes in self acceptance, right? Full acceptance of yourself that are going to be parts of you that you're not going to be fully comfortable with, right? So you kind of have to ask yourself, like, in partnership of what is happening right now in my life, how can I commit to it to the point that no matter what or who says that I'm not what I am and I know I am, how can I fight against those emotions where my ego or my shadow self is starting to tell me, no, I can't, and I have to suppress that, right? And that takes a lot of time. It's not easy. It never is, but in doing so, you can really expand, and that's where you can expand. And one of the things that I learned in today's experience of like 2 hours of releasing and crying and letting go was um, sometimes uncomfortability is where you grow, right? Being uncomfortable telling people that you love that don't necessarily accept who you want to be is where you're going to get the most growth out of this whole experience more than anything, right? And that alone is something that you can take over into another chapter into your life, another growth area into your life, another lesson into your life as well. So I really want you to kind of think about that as well. Um, what else? This week has been crazy. It has really been crazy. It still is. Emotions are high. And I really hope you guys enjoyed the full moon meditation if you attended. And I will be doing a new moon meditation in about 2 weeks. So I'm super excited to be hosting that for you guys. That's coming up really soon. Honestly, between full moon and new moon, there's like no time. There's absolutely no time if you really think about it. Time. It goes by so quickly when you're more conscious about things. So similar kind of thing, different intention, different theme, of course, different meditation. But I really want to share with you guys that we have the opportunity to release those judgments that, you're mentioning, Safi, and I'm sure some of you guys also have, every single month, twice a month, in different ways. For some of us, it's to intuitively extract certain things. For others, it's to be forced outside of our comfort zone. Regardless of what it is, we get an opportunity every single month, twice a month. And that's what allows us to increase and speed up our self growth within ourselves energetically, which is insane. The growth that I've gotten the past 2 months, being able to chat with you guys and just seeing some of you guys grow on your own, has been more than I've seen in 1 year in some of my years of my life of growing, right? So if you think of it that way, that's insane. That is crazy that we have the ability to tap into that power in seconds, in seconds of emotions. And I talk a bit about this because one of you guys actually messaged me this weekend and it really resonated with me. It allowed me to make that post that I'm not sure if you guys saw, but it was on how to heal during changes in your life. And one thing I talked about was one of our followers here in the family, one of our conscious souls, mentioned that she is currently facing depression. And if you guys don't know, I've also faced that. If any of you guys also have some other, mental health battles that you're currently working through, it's not easy. But we kind of talked about the energy of depression and how to understand it, especially as conscious beings manifesting out of it. I'm actually going to create a video on this, but in short, if you look at the word depression, if you separate it deep, like too deep, like deep, that part, depression comes from the word of pressure, originates from pressure, right? So if we understand that depression is the deep pressures within ourselves and society, and we tap into understanding how to control that emotion, can you imagine how much you can grow as a being right now? Think about it. So every time you have an emotion that comes through that is depressive, you want to ask yourself, what are the pressures within myself that I am putting on me that is making me feel depressed because of the pressures of my life from either other people, family, friends, judgment, media, whatever it may be? And how can I remove those deep pressures in my daily life by creating new habits, by changing new thoughts, by understanding that I am completely divine? And I did a meditation because I don't know if you guys know Deepak Chopra. Of course, you guys know Deepak Chopra. He's great and amazing. But I'm doing his 21-day meditation, and today's meditation was on the pure potentiality. Pure potentiality. And what that means is the law of pure potentiality is understanding that I can divinely create anything I want at all times. I can divinely create anything I want. So if you really wanted to, you're currently creating the aspect of deep pressures through emotions that is calling you to be depressed. You see? So when you know how to remove the pressures and then take out the deep part of it, the internal shadow work, the ego work that you need to face, that's going to grow. Right? So I'm at the point, and I love sharing this with you guys, where I'm breaking down the simplest things like happiness, anxiety, all of those emotions, and how to separate every single part when I feel any emotion outside of love, and understanding, why do I feel that way, right? Hello, hey Mark, hello Mosal, nice to see you all. Understanding what that is. So let me know if anything resonates for you guys. Let me know also, what are some struggles you've been having that has been holding you back from manifesting, using law of attraction, focusing on your energy and keeping it in the same space that it needs to be. I'd love to know, because as much as we want to manifest everything and as much as it is divinely ours, we also have to understand that these emotions need to be broken down to a point of where we're not fearful of those emotions. We're not making those emotions all of us. When I was depressed, I would make my depression, I would make my aspect of myself, my trauma, everything about me. And that's my pain, right? And without knowing it, I was subconsciously creating that definition within me that was holding me back from anything beyond that, and not understanding that that does not define who I am, right? That's what the universe wanted to test me on. It wanted to let me know that through this horrible experience that I have rooted into my soul purpose that was already decided for me, how would Shika do this whole thing? How would Shika do this, right? So think of a moment in your life that has happened already, that has been crazy emotionally for you, and how did you deep root it out of where you are right now? I'd love to hear about that, because that's where we get the deep work. That's where we find the answers. That's when we can stop defining ourselves. And today was a day that the universe tested me. I spent 2 hours crying. 2 hours. Yes, I'm a healer. Yes, I meditate. Yes, I do all these amazing things. But I want to share with you guys this, because in the crying, I got so many downloads, so many answers, so many things of reflecting. I understood that, number one, I don't push myself the way that I don't want to, because if it's going to deconstruct me emotionally by pushing myself, if my wellness is not good, that's going to affect my whole day. I had a huge day planned. I did most of it, but am I going to work till 9 p.m. today? Probably not, right? So understanding how to know that emotion. And then through that, I learned about releasing. I'm a Scorpio. So if any of you guys are a Scorpio, I mentioned this before. For you guys who know me, I'm a Scorpio. Scorpios don't like talking about their emotions. We are very mysterious. We like to keep things internal. And yeah, that's great to a certain extent. We're the best people to tell your secrets, but we're the worst people to release things for. Because when we release, we feel so embarrassed to do it and we don't want to. It's like pulling out teeth for us. So when I think about that, I had to do when I did my shadow work, one of the blessings that I got, and one thing I'm grateful for, is I really understood that I had to talk about my emotions. If I didn't talk about my emotions, communication would be very limited. And with limitation of communication between myself or divine or the people in my life, I would actually ruin my emotions and my relationships. And in doing that, I was living in this world alone and not learning from that sole purpose of the baggage that came with me, right? Constant disruptive thought. Yeah, exactly. Like, how do I self sabotage through emotion, right? And how can I completely control my emotion by not self sabotaging myself? And again, it's not easy, guys. It truly isn't. But we're meant, if everything was easy, would winning the lottery be amazing? Would winning $1 million be amazing? Would getting that job that you really wanted be amazing? Would having a kid that you love and are emotionally connected to be amazing? Would falling in love with the person of your life be amazing? The emotions would not be heightened. Remember, we're here to experience a human experience to the most of our capacity, what we're meant to do, right? So that was one of the main things. The other last thing that I really learned from the releasing is that speak up. Speak up. A lot of you guys are being tested since the full moon to speak up and create boundaries. And a lot of you guys have been messaging me saying, Shika, I went to the beach, I did this, I went for the cottage, you're getting outside and you're like saying, and I loved it. Yeah, of course you're gonna love it. Because a human cannot function if they don't have balance. Balance is so key. I had to disconnect. I watched the sunrise this weekend, and I fell in love with nature again and again, because it made me notice that at the end of the day, that's all that truly matters, was the nature that I had with me, that guidance that I had with me. And that's what really was coming down. So I want you guys to really, really focus on, how can I make my self-care and raise my vibration in tough times and in good? How can I learn a lesson from every little thing that happens, even when I'm on the journey of manifesting it? And what is the universe telling me? I know a lot of you guys message me saying, Sheik, I got 444, I got 111, and I think that's amazing. But understand that the journey is 50% you and 50% your guides. So when they're saying these numbers and they're everywhere, that's for you to like put two and two together and to act on it or to not act on it, whatever that message means, right? So when we think about angel numbers, the reason why we have them in our life is for our guides to just let us know, to watch out for us, right? To let us know about things that we already know. If we go more into a scientific approach, universe is us. I'll go into this in other videos to break it down with for you guys, but realistically, we are all super interconnected. I'm part of you guys are part of me, whether we've met or not. And a lot of people get so stuck on the number and what does the angel number mean that they actually miss the opportunity. So instead of overanalyzing everything and holding back from your own capacity, just do what you're meant to do. Because 50% of the ability to manifest and to attract anything that you are wanting right now in your subconscious that you've talked about throughout this full moon is only going to come if you are able to be full on with it and to approach it and to commit to it, right? So I see a lot of people just really focusing on that. And I know when you're starting out, it's amazing, but don't get too fixated on that and allow yourself to act on the actual questions and the things that the universe is telling us. And I think that's the crucial part, right? So I'd love your guys' thoughts on that. Let me know what you think. I just think that's like a huge download that came in for me today as I drink my juice. Definitely going to go to bed early tonight. I'm feeling a little bit snuffily. I also wanted to ask you guys, and if you're watching the rewatch, you can let me know too. But I'd love to know what you guys want me to do topics on content-wise. really focusing on creating content that's going to support you guys as much as possible. So I've done a lot of angel numbers. It seems like you guys love angel numbers, and I know a lot of you guys have come to my channel and have been part of this family because you found me through that. So in the comments right now, just list out as many as you can what topics you want me to cover. For the week, I wanted to cover angel numbers a bit and go back on that. I don't think I've done a 999 angel number yet. I want to complete the angel number numerology series where I actually deep dive into the significance and the sequence of the individual numbers. So if you were to say like 814 or 811 or different other like kind of numbers, you understand what they mean. And you don't have to feel kind of like, I guess you can say like, not confident with what the meaning of that number means. So I think that's going to be very helpful for a lot of you guys. Love crackers. So let me know what you guys think about that. Don't be shy. What affirmation to say when you see the number? So I gotten questions on like, depending on the formation, if you end up seeing a number consistently and you actually notice it, such as like on a license plate, sometimes on your receipt, at the grocery store on a pricing, like these things will notice, they will register. And just be mindful. I'm not asking you to look out for those numbers, but you will know. And that's why I want to actually, this would be a great video to do, but a video on intuition and how to tap into intuition for beginners. Because when you tap into your intuition, you can understand the formation of those numbers and the energy that these numbers hold, right? If you don't understand your intuition and understand when your intuition is telling you to look for those numbers and when your intuition is telling you to act on these numbers, it's going to be very, very hard for you to move forward from there, right? So ask yourself, like, I think that's one thing to understand, like, am I following my intuition or am I just doing what I think is best to do because I'm looking for those numbers, right? So I hope that answers your question, Mark. Let me know if that answers. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. I'm just getting a pillow because A, I want to put you guys where you can see me. And B, I want to stop holding my laptop. So yeah, let me know. I'd love to know, what angel numbers have you guys been seeing? I would also love to know, do you guys want more meditation videos? My Instagram fam, I know some of my YouTubers don't follow me on Instagram. If you do have Instagram, definitely follow because I do ask a lot of engaging questions there. Also on TikTok, I have like daily tips. Long story short, when you go online, like, do you guys find it helpful that I do meditations? Like, I will for sure do full moon, new moon meditations for you. But do you also like the other mini meditation, like 5-minute session, powerful meditation, like 5-minute Reiki meditation, or reducing anxiety, 15-minute meditation, things like that? Because I want to tap more into that. Maybe even like a meditation to connect with our guides. Like, I'm thinking of all these ideas, but I obviously want to make sure that it aligns with you guys energetically. Love that. I'm actually gonna write that down. Thank you, Almond Soul. Let me write that down because that's a really good one. So you said angel number 191, 808. It's funny because there's not that much information on these angel numbers. I was searching up angel numbers for you guys and I was like, there's not that many. So let me write this down. So 919, angel number. Anyone else have other things that you would like for me to talk about? 808, angel number. I used to get that one a lot, actually. That's a good one. We also have 666. I actually have the 666 one. Amasol, you can go on my angel numbers playlist. I have 666 there. Angel number. And more meditations. What type of meditations do you guys want? Do you want anxiety, relaxation? Do you want more like chakra meditations? Do you want more like give me an idea of exactly what you guys want? I got requests for chakras. One of you guys, actually a few of you guys. I thought that would be a good one. The only thing is that be specific with what chakras you guys want to like. Chakras is so like it's such a broad topic. There's a lot of people that actually talk about chakras. So for me to deep dive in it, would you want like what to know about chakras? Chakras for beginners, like being specific as far as like what you would like to see for that. Also want to share with you guys, I've been getting huge up levels of my energies to the point that my intuitive abilities are getting heightened so much, allowing me to kind of take a step back as much as I can with things. So just like I want to let you guys know that as you start to tap into this conscious world, you might know that your gifts are more heightened, and that gets exciting because then you can be fully into your intuition and have the full belief of whatever the universe gives you. And with that, you can literally get whatever you want at that point. You can manifest whatever you want. Fear doesn't exist, you know? I do believe, though, in good fear. Good fear in the sense that fear that pushes you in the right direction for you to evolve in ways that you can't explain or see, right? So that I think is very important. Deep diving in each chakra, building each chakra. Yeah, I did do one on root chakras, but I've had questions about sacred and solar plexus as well as heart. So building chakras, I love that. I love these like ideas. If you guys have any other ones, let me know. Building chakras and intro to chakras. I'll put that down. Awesome. But yeah, it's been so crazy. I've been getting white feathers everywhere in our house. Everywhere. It's crazy. And if you guys don't know, white feather represents your guides. So if you see one laying around or in your house and stuff, it means that they're close by. So I've been getting a lot of them near me, protecting me a lot. I think it's because I'm doing a lot of my work internally, and you know, it's great to kind of have that connection with them, especially if I'm doing things like healing or meditations. It's super important. So when I am with you guys, I can make sure that I am guided to share the information that is needed. Even when I do my readings, they're like always with me. So it's so great to have that guidance, and you guys have that access too. I actually wanted to do a video on how to call onto your spirit guides. Today's video that's coming out is originated on how, it's a really good one. I'm going to be deep diving into how to connect with your spirit guides, and specifically my spirit guides actually saved my life when I was stranded somewhere years ago. So I want to share that with you guys because that manifestation success story is insane. I just finished edited it. I was actually waiting for it to upload while I was talking to you guys on my phone. For you guys who don't know, I edit on my phone. I don't edit fancy stuff because I just like straight talking to you guys. Maybe one day, but for now, I just like keeping it simple. Makes it so much easier for content, and then there's no fanciness, and plus I have so many things that I do. So energetically, I just feel like simple, edit on your phone. So if any of you guys who are into YouTube, edit on your phone. It's the best thing to do. I don't know if that resonates with anyone as far as like advice, but definitely for me. The other thing I wanted to share with you guys is that if any of you guys are not added to the group, I have a Facebook support group on Facebook. It's called the Conscious Souls Law of Attraction and Manifestation Group. So if you are not part of it and you want to be part of it, I have that all linked down below. I believe I copied and pasted it. It's the first link. And if not, you guys can search that up. And it's been such a good group. I started it a few days and we're like almost 200 people in the group, like 197 people. So it's really great to see we're all growing together and building. And again, I think it's just another tool that you guys can use to connect with one another. Angel numbers. Okay, so 111, I already did a video on this. 333, I already did too. 555, I've done as well. Julian 777, so I won't write those down. 1133 kind of relates to adding the correlation of 1144 and like adding all that up. So I'll put it on, but I think when you look at the angel number numerology video of 1 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 2, you'll be able to understand, but it's a lot on the relation and frequency of new beginnings. 1 is new beginnings, staying positive during the change, which is a lot of shifting going on for a lot of people. So you're not the first person who has been getting a lot of this, but I will write it down. Because last time I kind of meditated on that, it was about the similar things if you do them separately. Also relates to your situation too, because sometimes when I list out the angel number meanings, for some of you guys, it's going to resonate 100%. For others, you might resonate with only a couple things, and that's the answer that you're meant to know, right? So just know that not everything might not apply to you when you're looking at angel numbers, and that's okay. Then we have 144. Awesome. Did you guys have any other like suggestions of things that you would want? I know we added a lot of angel numbers, so it looks like I'll be doing a lot of angel number videos because you guys love those stuff. Super helpful. And I find with angel numbers, there's so much you can do with it. There's so much content. I obviously don't want to overwhelm you guys, and I also want to talk a bit about manifestation and chakras as well. So that's why I've been like bouncing between the two, but I think these are some really, really amazing things. Let's look up. I actually want to share with you guys some couple things. One sec. Want to show you guys. I'm looking for it right now. Questions. Cool. Okay, so here are some questions that we can ask ourselves. So for you guys, as a conscious being, what is the one lesson that you have learned over the course of 2 weeks that has allowed you to expand your being, your soul, and connect to your higher self? I'd love to hear from you guys if you're willing to share. Just reflect on it for a couple minutes. Like, what is one thing? Because we are always learning on a daily basis. So what's one thing that you were taught to do today for your conscious being journey, your soul expansion, your consciousness expansion, your growth expansion? What is that one thing? I'd love to hear from you guys, because that's where we find the chord between signs such as angel numbers, signs as in things leaving our life and things coming into our life, signs into why we're connected to some full moons more than others, signs as to how we can take that energy and put that into what we're meant to learn at that given time. That's kind of what we need to focus on going forward. I think that's super, super crucial. So I hope that kind of gives you guys some stuff. Hey, Sam. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Seems like this time is a good time for you guys for lives, because everyone's been pretty good during this time, which is interesting. 666. No, it's not bad. It actually has a lot of significance to it in the true meaning, which I actually go over it in my video. So you guys can go and check out what the meaning of 666 is, because I got a lot of people asking, isn't that a bad number? It's not. A a lot of people think it is. It actually is not a bad number. So if you haven't, definitely go check that out. The chant for the strawberry moon, meditation powerful, and the way you did, I have been trying to do the same. Yeah, so I did a meditation for which is OM, and or some depending on the practice, their equivalent represents the crown chakra, which is our connection to source energy. And because we're closer to the moon that night, we can actually get a lot of downloads during our meditation and even after. So I added that into, hey Juliet, I added that into the mix, and a lot of you guys loved that, which was amazing. So many people felt guided through that, which was really great. But yeah, I just think that's super important. But I hope that answers your question, Sam. You can definitely go check that in the playlist of angel numbers playlist that I have that talks about the 666 and what does that mean, and just the universal meaning and the moods of that. So hopefully that helps out a little bit. So yeah, and if you guys just jumped in, we're just talking questions. So any questions you guys have on what videos you'd like to see more of. I talked about positivity. I talked about just kind of opening up and what is the one lesson that we've learned over the course of the past 2 weeks that's really allowing us to understand what our expansion of our conscious self is and what our journey is all about. Sam just said, I heard 103 and 81 are bad. That depends, like what is your consistency of bad, right? So you have to understand also some numbers are warning signs depending on the time and what you're thinking at that time, right? So people can say 999 is actually, and I'll be doing this number soon, is considered a negative number, because depending on where you are in your transition, if you're ignoring the other signs of the angels and your guides, that could actually mean that things are going to come to an end based on the energy that you're putting out into the world, right? So I really want you guys to focus on like understanding that 103, that's a very diverse sequence. 1 is new beginnings, 0 is the end of the beginning, and 3 is your angels connecting, right, to the end of that. So it's grieving in that energy, right? But grieving could mean expansion. Grieving could be letting go so you can bring in that manifestation into your life. And that's where a lot of people need to make sure that they understand it. And that's why I'm really focusing on getting into the angel numbers, but not too much where you guys get too overwhelmed. But just understand that it's not just 10 whatever means bad, or 81, because 8 is a representation of financial abundance, right? 1 is starting with new beginnings and universal connection. So depending on these circumstances of where you are, things can change. That's why I always say when you see angel numbers, the most important thing is to tap into your now and ask yourself, what are you currently thinking? Because that is going to allow you to understand what is the reason out of all the reasons that number means is connected, and if it's going to be a positive meaning or is it just a heads up for something. 999 is the emergency phone number here. Yeah, so 999 is like, and again, like that's a societal implementation, right? So if you saw 999 all the time, maybe that's another thing, but we just really have to make sure that we understand where these meanings come from. That's super crucial. So I hope that kind of answers your question, Sam, on like the angel numbers, what they mean, why they're so important, and why to really tap into understanding what these meanings mean. Because if we take every meaning the universe is telling us about a sequence, we're not really listening to that intuition. And that's where the intuition will weed out the reason why it might not be why you're seeing those numbers. So just a heads up for you guys. Did you guys have any other questions on like angel numbers? You seem really intrigued about angel numbers. I'd love to know if you guys had any questions on that, thoughts, questions, anything. Feel free to ask. I love asking. The other thing I wanted to talk about, how are you guys feeling? Like, is everyone going through a difficult time? I opened up this live saying that I was going through a lot this past week. What's going on with you guys? Like, let me know down below. I'd love to know a little bit more of your energy. What does 111 mean? That is also an emergency number here for my curiosity. So I do, Sam, have a playlist on the numerology numbers, which is very helpful. So I go over what the sequence means, like in detail, what each number individually means, which can allow you to decode what does 112 means. And that might help you as well. So that's kind of why I actually got inspired to start doing that series, is because a lot of you guys were asking me questions of very different and specific numbers and sequences, and it would make more sense for you to know how to decipher those numbers and that energy and how they're trying to communicate with you if I did more of like, playlist where you can go to it and ask any questions that you have. I will be doing sequences that are more common. So like, for example, one that was mentioned was 808. That's a very common one. I get a lot of people asking a lot too. Is that the 80 sequence, which means something? So I'll be covering that a lot. Yeah, go watch them, Sam. They're very, very helpful. I also have just the angel numbers alone sequence too, so you can have a scan through them. Again, I'm hoping to elaborate and grow the angel number series, just because a lot of you guys have been loving that. However, I also want to make sure that I'm accounting to all the other topics that you guys love as well, because that's super crucial. So please let me know if there's anything else that you guys would like to see. I'd love to help out with that, so we can all kind of grow together, which is super important. What else? Yeah, I'm going to have a live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time and do reading then. Like I mentioned to you guys today, it's been a lot of just energy this morning, releasing and taking in energy. So I think for me, it would be fair to you guys to do the reading tomorrow, and that will be 1 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm looking forward to that. Dealing with fear of stepping out of my comfort zone and feeling like my thoughts get jumbled and overwhelmed. So when you say jumbled and overwhelmed, because again, I always say words are energy, right? What it's really telling me is like I need to get grounded, because I'm not seeing the clarity in my situation right now. So I would ask you, Juliet, on a daily basis, like, how do you ground yourself? Like, how do you make sure that grounding is a priority? In doing that, you'll be able to have full confidence that you're completely guided and take the leap of whatever initiation leap that you need to do. But as of now, because of the initiation card just popped up for me here, I think it's very, very important for you to make sure that you're not feeling too overwhelmed with your thoughts. And by that, the first thing that comes out is, how are you grounding yourself on a daily basis? And I'd love to hear what you do, Juliet, every day to ground yourself. Sam, do you do anything with tarot cards? Yes, I do. Those were my first deck that I ever got. Those tarot cards. They're really great. I love them. I think personally, with my gifts, I'm being more and more called to talk more about guides, like communication from guides, because that's where there's a lot in there. Tarot cards are great. I would probably do them for a bigger reading. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much meaning in, say, like the Empress, and especially if you do like a backwards or upwards card, there's so many meanings to cards. So I don't think it would be fair to you guys if I did an angel card reading, but it was in the full intense one. So I can do them. I can incorporate them if you guys like. If you want that, please let me know. I'm here to support. But yeah, I just feel like with tarot cards, it's very hard to do a full reading that is proper for the collective through that, because there's just so much. But then there's also playing, both sides. I think one of the biggest things is that if you do have cards like that, you can kind of interpret it a little bit well. But I think from the energy that I feel with the group and our family right now, there's so many different people at different levels. So I think just starting with the basics first, and then deep diving into, collective consciousness and energy updates and all that stuff. That's what I'm excited to do. But in the meantime, I feel like this is going to just help people grow at the pace that's meant for everyone right now. I don't know how to do that, the grounding thing. So I do have Juliet, I have a video on how to ground yourself that's on my YouTube channel. So if you look at my wellness playlist, you should be able to see that. So I go over tips onto how to ground yourself, and there's so many things that I do this weekend. One of my favorite tips that I did was just going outside in the woods, and that grounded me so much that it's exactly what I needed at that time. So I think really tapping into how can you ground yourself on a daily basis. And I do cover that in that video. So definitely let me know how you enjoy it and if it's helpful for you, Juliet. Let me know if you guys have any other questions too, because I love answering it. You guys are on the roll. Tarot cards, angel numbers, questioning your energy and what you've been doing recently. Like, please feel free to ask, because asking is where it's going to get you the most answers, right? And if you just sit and guess, then it's really not going to help as a collective, right? Another thing I want to mention is Archangel Michael. Have you guys heard of him before? If so, let me know, because I wanted to do a video on Archangel Michael. Okay, I do walk in the evenings, and it does help being outside nature. Yeah, nature is the most healing way. And when I mean healing, is it will give you the healing that you need. It will also give you the healing that you didn't know you need, and it might be a way to purge out some energy to grow and expand your consciousness and to grow and expand outside of your comfort zone. So always know that nature always means the best. Like, for example, when I was done all the nature this weekend, I felt more exhausted because it told me where I needed to be, where I had to be energetically. So walking, touching in nature, being in the forest, disconnecting, walking in the ground with your bare feet. There's so many ways. And again, like I said, I mentioned that in this video. So if you guys haven't, that would be very important. So yeah, there's Archangel Michael, which is really talking about the leader that protects us from evil or anything bad in our life, right? So bad things from happening. And some people say that they can get signs for that. So I wanted to do a video on that. I don't know if that resonates with you guys. Please let me know in the comments. There's also Archangel Gabriel, which I actually used to get a lot when my friend and I used to do cards. And Archangel Gabriel is really interesting because he's a very powerful guardian, and he's kind of like the all in, the mighty, like the power, the energy, the fighter against anything bad. He brings in this positive assurance energy. He's amazing. So if you are into archangels, let me know. I'd love to cover that for you guys. And I think there's just so much you can learn from the archangels. So yeah, I think that's super, super important. But yeah, it's just a helpful thing. What else? There's another archangel I want to cover as well. Yes, our archangels. Yeah, I see you guys love that. You guys love angel stuff. Didn't even notice until like Archangel Raphael is also a really good one. There's so many, like going through all of them. There's so many. And this Archangel Raphael is all about connecting peace and love. And I feel like right now people might be more in tune with him because he's all about silencing what is in our mind and having us be able to combat that through love and the emotion of love. And you can learn so much energetically from Archangel Raphael. Just such a soulful and wholesome kind of archangel that I think a lot of people just connect with. My angel that I really connect with is Mary. And she's a very powerful one too. New subscriber. Hi, Cheryl. So nice to see you. We're just asking questions on what you guys want to see more on the channel. If you have any questions in general, like anything you want, that'd be awesome. Really appreciate that. Also, if you guys can quickly give this video a like, it literally helps a lot. Even commenting in the comment section. Because again, like with YouTube, my own subscribers sometimes don't even see me live, and I feel so bad. You guys will message me saying, I missed your live. So yeah, it does help a lot when you guys like it and comment. Yeah, you can definitely ask any questions that you guys have. Like I said, this is a questionnaire. What else? I feel like that's it for archangels that I feel like resonate with anyone. Is there any other angels that people would want me to cover? Any at all? Let me know. Oh, there's also Archangel Ariel, which is interesting. Is he watches over the thunder and the terror. So anything that is like harsh and harsh times, he guides people during this time, I guess you can say. But yeah, he's an interesting one. I don't think would resonate per se in this space. Juliet, all of them. Yeah, I'll have to cover all of them because there's so many good ones. I'll just have to resonate with all of them pretty soon. I was gonna also ask you guys. So I used to do every single Saturday, well, like for a few Saturdays in a while, cacao ecstatic dances, where I would dance with you guys for like an hour, and it was a way to ground because one of the most powerful ways to ground yourself is to remove stagnant energy. So if you guys would be interested in that, leave a dancing emoji or like some type of thumbs up or something in the comments because I got a lot of feedback from my Instagram, and I know some of you guys aren't on Instagram saying that they really enjoyed that. So I just want to see where you guys are at and if that is resonating for you, and if so, that is amazing. But yeah, let me know. I'd love to hear. I have a couple last things to share. Videos coming out right after this, so I will be posting it here for you guys, and we're going to be talking about how to basically the manifestation Monday. So every Monday I share about manifestation. So please, 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 in the comments, like right now, what is something that you manifested recently that you would like to share with us to help uplift the community? Because I feel like manifestation stories are just so helpful. And every Monday I look so forward to meditating what story I will share with you guys. Excuse me, because manifesting is so powerful. So every Monday I share maybe like one we did is how I manifested my soulmate. I talked about I want to do how to manifest money. That's one that I want to do. There's a couple stories I have on that. And today is talking about how I was able to manifest out of being stranded in a place, which was interesting. So again, like there's so many stories that you guys can share. If you want to share one, I'd love to feature one of my subscribers in the next video. Because yeah, I feel like I learned a lot from you guys as much as you guys learn from me. It's like a two-way street, which I think is so beautiful, and we're so lucky to have that community when we have so many conscious people. So awesome, Juliet. So yeah, if you guys want dance party on Saturday, let me know. It's an ecstatic conscious dance party to really just release any negativity and feel really good at the end. I was sweating last time because it was such a workout, but it was fun. So if you guys would like that, let me know. What else are we talking about? Feel like that's it. You talked about groundingness. You guys had questions about just manifestation archangels, which was great. I wrote a list of everything you guys talked about. I will reiterate it. So I'm going to go over and do a video on 919, angel number 808, angel number 666. I already did an angel number video on that. 1133, 1122, and 1144 is a possibility, but in my gut is telling me that you will be able to get the answers through watching my numerology series that is currently out right now. So that might give you the answer already. And through intuition, you'll be able to see what your guides are telling you. Chakra building, so understanding how to build your chakras, and intro to chakras. So what exactly is a chakra? Why is it important for us to balance it? What does it hold? What energies does it hold? How can we tap into chakra energy empowerment? So I worked a lot on a week on my sacred chakra for helping me create some big projects. It's kind of the stuff that we need to tap into, which is going to really elevate things in our life. So if there's anything else you guys want for videos, please let me know. Again, like I said, the more you share, the easier it is for me to understand. But I feel like those are some good topics to start with, which is awesome. So yeah, that's basically it. I just wanted to chat with you guys very low key. I'll chat with you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It really helps. Comment down below. I really appreciate you guys subscribing as well and putting notification bells, because some of you guys don't see my videos. And yeah, I like really hope that you're able to. And if you want to join our conscious social media Facebook, social media conscious law of attraction manifestation group, it's down below. It's a support group for those who are interested in that and want to make friends across the world in those spaces. And yeah, I'm really excited to upload the video really soon. I'm super drained, exhausted. I'm probably gonna take a nap after. And I hope you guys have a great day. Monday, don't forget to practice your self-care, ground yourself, and allow yourself to just be in the state of being, to be. It's so important. And yeah, I love you guys so much. I'll see you in the video soon. Bye.